How's it going everyone, it's Charlie, welcome back to another video on the Chatting Footy Show YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing alright today. So then, this video is just going to be me talking through who I think are the top 3 contenders for Player of the Season so far for Leeds United. I'll be obviously informing you of the reasons why I believe that they are in the running, and then at the end I will give you who my pick would be out of the 3. Just before I go any further, as always, please smash that like button. Please subscribe. If you're watching and you're not subscribing, please subscribe. It's free. It takes a second just to click that subscribe button and it really helps me out as well. So if you could get behind me and join me for this ride, that would be much appreciated. So yeah, let's get into the rest of the video, guys. So then, guys, the first player who I think is definitely in the contention for our Player of the Season is a certain Patrick Bamford. I'll be completely honest about Paddy. In the Championship, I thought he was good and he had a really good season for his last season, but once we guaranteed promotion, I was questioning whether he could do it at this level. I wasn't a hater. I actually loved him in the Championship. I thought he did really well. But, you know, he didn't seem as quick as most strikers in this league, and just a number of other factors. I was just thinking, nah, like, he's been a good servant, but I think he might naturally get phased out of the team, especially when we signed Rodrigo as well. I was thinking, we've just broke his record transfer fee for this guy. He's a striker, he's well known, he's Spain's number 9. Bamford will probably have to lose his spot in the team. But boy, how wrong was I, and how wrong was probably a lot of Leeds fans as well, who might have been of the same opinion. Since that goal he scored against Liverpool on the opening day, he has been unreal for us this season. I'm so glad that he has proved me wrong, because I liked him, as I said, I liked him last season. I really wanted him to do well, I just didn't think he could, but he has done amazingly. Even the quality of goals that he's scoring as well are just unreal. I'm thinking the hat-trick against Aston Villa, like, fair enough the first one's a tap-in, but the second goal, the third goal, especially when he's surrounded by all those players in the box, just finesses it into top bin. Absolutely unreal. I'm thinking the goal against Liverpool actually was a good finish, you know, instinctive striker's goal. Capitalised on the mistake from Van Dijk and puts it over Alisson. Really good goal. And the Leicester one away as well was a beauty. Really good ball played in from Rafinha, and he slots it home in the top corner. Those sorts of goals he wasn't scoring in the Championship. Like, yeah, he scored goals, but they were never that calibre of goal and against that calibre of opposition. And yeah, he has his moments and he has his games where he's a bit quiet and he seems like he's a bit lost in games. But one thing that you can always guarantee on with Paddy is the work rate, his intensity. The press is absolutely unreal. Fuck what Gareth Southgate thinks, saying Ollie Watkins presses more than Bamford. Clearly doesn't watch Leeds enough, because Bamford is an absolute workhorse and he works much harder for Leeds than what Watkins does at Aston Villa. I don't care what anybody says. Absolutely amazing season from Paddy. Hopefully he does get that England call up, whether it's for the Euros or just a future England call up next season. He definitely deserves it more than any striker. For me, obviously you've got your Kanes, your Calvert-Lewins and things like that, but Bamford deserves a shot. Even against like a shitty team like San Marino, is it? Yeah. Like, he definitely deserves a shot. And for me, is definitely up there with our top 3 best players of this season. So then, guys, the second player who I think is in our top 3 for this season is a certain Stuart Dallas. Mr. Versatile, Leeds born Stuart Dallas, let's not forget. Another he's just great, isn't he? I mean, what an unbelievable season he's had for us so far. I've just said there how versatile he is. I think I would trust him in net if Meslier is injured at this point. Anything's better than Kiko, and I just love the bloke. I mean, when you think about it, We signed Dallas as a winger, and I remember when he first signed under Uwe. Was it Uwe Rosler? Yeah, it was Uwe Rosler. When he first signed, I didn't even used to want him to play. I thought he was a bit slow. I just didn't think he had the skill set to play out on wing, if I'm honest with you. And now I feel like he's up there with one of the most improved players in our squad since Marcelo Bielsa came in. He can play anywhere. I don't think it matters what position he plays because he's just everywhere. He just doesn't stop running. The intensity, the work rate, wherever he plays, he knows his job. He knows what his aim is in every game. And I feel like no matter where he plays, he always has an influence on the game, whether it's with an assist, whether it's with a goal, whether it's just great tracking back to deny a goal scoring opportunity for the opponent. I just absolutely love the man. And I feel like Leeds fans recently, obviously, will be in love with him even more after his heroics against City at the Etihad on the weekend just gone. He got both goals, our only shots on target, he scored, and I've not had a moment like that as a Leeds fan probably since promotion and since like when Pablo scored against Swansea last season. What a moment that was, and I don't think he realises how important he is at this club. I know there's 11 men on that pitch, but you could put Dallas anywhere on that pitch and he will be able to do a job. I feel like if we sign a Rodrigo de Paul or a player of that calibre for midfield, I feel like they've got to fight their way into this team to get ahead of Dallas, because he started the season off at left back and he was doing really well at left back, but we were crying out for him to play in midfield since Click kind of got phased out of the team a little bit, and what a job he's done. Like, absolutely unreal. I can't say enough compliments about him. He's definitely up there 100%, and I absolutely love the man. And finally, the third player who I think is in our top three is the Yorkshire Pearler himself, Mr. Calvin Phillips. Another quality season from him, really. He always does what's expected of him. He protects the back four really well. And yeah, he's had a Premier League debut, England debut, and soon to have a debut in a major tournament for England, as well as his pretty much certainty to be in Gareth Southgate's England squad for this season's Euros. Just what a bloke. I mean, since Bielsa come in, I know I've just said the same about Dallas, but KP's up there as well with one of the most improved players under Marcelo Bielsa. Bielsa's turned him into a top quality midfielder. I feel like that role is just, it couldn't be more suited to a player like Phillips. I know Southgate for England has played him a little bit further up in midfield, but for me that's not him. He protects the back four, he sits back, sprays the balls out to the wings, can play the odd through ball as well into the more like centre attacking midfielder, like your Clicks, your Dallases at the minute, and your Rodrigos when he plays there. But yeah, Phillips has had an unbelievable season. He's had a few injuries where he's been out of the team for a few spells, but for me, whenever he wears that shirt, he puts 110% into it. Being a Leeds lad as well, he understands the club, he knows what us fans expect of this football club, and he does a great job at representing Leeds in the best way possible. He did have a tough moment earlier on in the season when he lost his Granny Val, and I feel like he's come through that really well. Seems to be a lot stronger as a person, and I feel like his games he hasn't slacked off, and I feel like his gran would be very proud of him. I didn't know her personally, I don't know him personally, but I feel like the performances that he's putting in should be more than proud of, and we're proud of him as well for how he's adapted to that situation. It can't have been easy, but he's still maintained his intensity, he's maintained his quality of performance. Rightly in the England team, played the most minutes of any player in the last internationals. You can't say much compliments about him. I mean, he's an absolute machine. and I absolutely love the bloke once again. So then, guys, there's the three. So we've got Bamford, Dallas, and Phillips. If I was to pick one, for me, it has to be Stuart Dallas. I feel like a lot of Leeds fans will agree. Bamford and Phillips have had amazing seasons in their own way. I'm not disputing that for 1 second. You know, the reasons I gave about them are just facts, really, for me. But Stewie D, Leeds born, what a man. I mean, like I said in the part that I spoke about him on this video, so versatile. You always get a 7 out of 10 minimum from Dallas because he always does what's expected of him, and I feel like nobody deserves it more than him just for how versatile he's been this season. So then, guys, that does conclude today's video. So Leeds fans or any other fans, if you have an opinion on who you think Leeds United's player of the season has been so far, then hit me up in the comments with that. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, as you've seen throughout the video. You can check me out on there. And as always, smash that like button. Please subscribe as well. It would really mean a lot to me if you just press that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next video.